To say this like to be disrespectful, and maybe this is some people are gonna think this sounds dumb, but I feel like there's a deeper reason why, people of color and specifically the Black community have been relentlessly persecuted. Like, I mean, just the things that happened during slavery alone, like, were insane. But I don't know, the more I learn about Black history and the ways that, people who literally worked in the government, like the CIA, all these different people in power were trying to ruin the Black community. And it makes me think, dude, I feel like, is there something more going on here than just racism? Because it's like, come on, you're telling me you're doing all of this stuff just because you don't like someone's skin color? I feel like, what if, I have this theory that, like, what if Black people have some type of superpower? Like, what if they have, I don't know, if they're just born something with something very valuable that we don't really know about, but maybe, like I said, these people, these rich people and these people in power, maybe they figured it out a long time ago, and maybe that's why they were like, oh, we have to like get rid of them, blah blah blah. I don't know. I feel like maybe they have something special that we are not taught about, that is linked to them being people of color. And I've seen some Black creators come on here and try to explain how special it is to have melanin in your skin and how it has all these different properties. But I don't know. I just feel like I feel like this. I have this theory that this goes so much deeper than maybe a lot of us realize. Because I'm sorry, but I don't think you're gonna go out of your way for all these hundreds and hundreds of years to try to ruin one group of people over something as silly as, oh, their skin is a different color. Like, I feel like there's something that we don't know. I'm telling you, there's something special about them that they don't want us to know. Okay, this is just something that I've been thinking about recently, and I'm like, maybe if there are some Black creators that maybe they already made a video and I just didn't see it, I don't know, but like, I don't know, maybe this sounds dumb, like, or maybe this is like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock, but you know, it's just something I was thinking about.
Very, very smart lady there. Very, very observant, very, very understanding, and very suspicious. But that suspicion is warranted because, just based off of what she laid out there, it makes a whole lot of sense. And a lot of people, I'm sure, feel this way about Black people. It's just that they don't say it. We already know what it is. We are God's chosen people. We're special people. The Most High blessed us and gave us something different. And people see that. Some people see that and can't conceive it. Some people see that and can't really put it together. But the spiritual element is there. What she's getting at is the spiritual element. It's just that she can't crack that code because we live in a godless society. So the understanding of just the concept of God or a higher power is kind of like obsolete in these days. That's why she can't really come to that conclusion as to why we're so special. She understands, but she can't really crack it because we live in a godless society. We live in a God-forsaken world. We just do. But the truth is the truth. We are God's chosen people as far as so-called Black people. When people hear this, they think we're being racist or we're trying to limit God to just loving us. But that's just what it is. That's thus saith the scriptures. The Most High only loves his people. He created everybody, and we've gone over this in numerous videos, but he only loved his people. That's thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Most High, thus saith the scriptures. And it's all throughout the scriptures. The people in power, when it comes to those who control the money and what we learn and things of that nature, they know who we are. They know. The government, so on and so forth, they know who we are. And over the course of what took place in history, things have changed just based off of the, how would you say, the rulership. And just before our rulership in Europe and whatnot, it's kind of been broken off. It's already prophesied that it's going to be broken off in regards to the remembrance, how we should let go of our heritage based off of us going north. And, in these last days, we shall remember ourselves. Even some of the people that's the heathen, they know who we are, or they're suspicious. They come into a certain understanding, like, what is this? Nah, it's not. It's deeper than melanin. It's deeper than just the Black history. It's deeper than quote unquote slavery. What is this? Oh, okay. You're God's chosen. She couldn't crack that, but that's where she was going. Superpowers, right? Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. Please don't come on here talking about God love everybody. He does not love everybody. He created everybody. He blessed everybody with abilities and capabilities and whatnot, but he only loves his people. He only loves his people. And that's thus saith the scriptures. Above all people that are upon the face of the earth, the Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because you were more in number than any people, for you were the fewest of all. This is why I always emphasize the fact that the Most High, he always lets you know that he cares for the lowly. He cares for the low. He cares for the remnants, the small. There's value in remnants. There's value in small. That's why it's only going to be 144,000 that's going to be saved. That's why it's only going to be 2/3 that's going, perish. I say only, meant to say 1/3 that's going to make it and 2/3 that's going to perish. The Most High really emphasizes his care for the remnants, the lowly, right? Let's get the book of Amos. Amos is one of my favorite chapters, just going into the understanding of how he emphasizes that it's only pertaining unto us, right? Amos chapter 3, verse 1, where it says, hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, not O children of the world. O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you know, or you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. Right, you only, possessive, only you have I known. So if you go off, I'm only going to punish you because only you have I known. All these other people, it's whatever. I only care about you, right? That's emphasis on possession. That's what that represents. Representing possession. Right, so let's get the book of 2nd Ezra. Right, because in 2nd Ezra it goes into that understanding as well, Let's get 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and go into verse 50. Start at verse 50. And did separate the one from the other, for the seventh part, namely, where the water was gathered together, might not hold them both. Unto Enoch thou gavest one part, which was dried up the third day, that he should dwell in the same part wherein are 1,000 hills. But unto Leviathan thou gavest the seventh part, namely, the moist, and hast kept him to be devoured, of whom thou wilt and when. Upon the 6th day thou gavest commandment unto the earth, that before thee it should bring forth beasts, cattle, and creeping things. And after these Adam also, whom thou madest Lord over all thy creatures. Of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. That's talking about the Israelites. So we all come from Adam. Every person on the earth, we all come from Adam. There was people on the earth before Adam, but Adam was deemed, a conscious person in regards to him being given the understanding. In regards to the parable, the Most High breathing the breath of life into Adam, and he became a living soul, right? The beasts that's described is talking about people, but they weren't conscious. They weren't fully developed. They were like back in the ancient times, we used to have to teach quote unquote white people. They weren't civilized. It's kind of like the same thing, in regards to the people before Adam, right? And after these Adam also, whom thou madest Lord over all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. This is going into us, the Israelites. As for the other people, this is how you know it's going into the Israelites, because it's giving you a distinction. It's giving you an understanding of a separation. It's talking about the other people. Even in the book of Leviticus, it gives you understanding of separation. I doth separate Israel and Egypt. Also going into Deuteronomy as well. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle. We already went over this. The Most High compares the other nations unto spit. That's what it says here. This is in Second Ezra. This is in the very scriptures. The Most High compares the other nations unto spit. He created the nations, but he only loves Israel. And this is emphasized throughout the scriptures. So let's read that again. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing but be like unto spittle, and hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. The abundance of those people are likened unto a little speck of drop that came from a bucket. That's how the Most High sees the other nations, these heathen. There's no disrespect, it's no racism, it's just the truth. It's just an understanding. We have to understand this so we can better appreciate how the Most High get down. You know what I mean? Like, this is an understanding of like, yo, like, he loves us. He's letting you know this, right? And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen which have ever been reputed as nothing have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. But we thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. If the world not be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? Right, and these are prophetic. These are prophetic scriptures, man. It's very important for us to understand, you know, we supposed to consecrate, humble ourselves to the Heavenly Father. Give our all to the Heavenly Father when it comes to the standard that we must live by and uphold. Get the book of Psalms. Psalms chapter 147 and verse 19, where it says, He sheweth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. Simple, plain, we already understand. That's possessive. Only Israel is who the Most High is dealing with. That's just what it is. Going back to what we understand in regards to him giving that to Abraham. You know, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Coming from Jacob, who had his name changed to Israel. Right? So let's get the book of Romans chapter 9. Romans chapter 9 and verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Plain, simple and plain. Letting us know. And this is even more further plain in the book of Obadiah in regards to the prophecy regarding Obadiah, right? I mean, the prophecy regarding Esau in the book of Obadiah as prophesied by Obadiah. And we already understand in that prophecy what it's going into when it comes to the eagle and, you know, the Caucasus Mountains, going into how they shall dwell in the clefts of the rock. We already understand what that's talking about, right? We already know that they stole our heritage. Everything in the scriptures is like a cheat code. You can just refer to everything in the Bible to correct anyone. As long as we study and we humble ourselves to what the truth is, we're able to, you know, go into the exegesis of it and really understand and give it to people the way we're supposed to give it to people. Cut people up, however you want to phrase it, or just edify, you know, young brothers and whoever, you know, naysayers or whatever. Very, very important. The scriptures is like a cheat code, man. Everything that's in it is what we refer to, what we adhere to, what we go by, what we can, you know, use to defend ourselves with. That's what the Bible is, a weapon, man. And it's a weapon of righteousness, right? Read the book of Lamentations, chapter 3 and verse 20, where it says, my soul hath them still in remembrance, and is humbled in me. This I recall to my mind, therefore have I hope. It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. Because we live in this world where our food shall be defiled amongst the Gentiles, as well as all these different elements of what can take us out. You know, I did a video on Prince where he talked about it with the chemtrails and whatnot. That can affect your immune system, right? All these different avenues to take us out. Even when it comes to the beginning of this video, where the woman went into it. That's just going into the Lord's mercy upon us. The Lord have mercy on his people, as well as us just being strong. We have the strongest immune system. You know, we're more dominant in regards to our traits. You know, we get vitamin D from the sun. We're literally, you know, we're literally indigenous to the whole world. We're indigenous to the planet. We're indigenous to the soil, the land. Like we are in unison with the world. Just like literally. Just think about that. Like, you know, so it's very important for us to understand how special we are. There's value in us. There's value in, you know, who we are as people, because we go back to Jacob. We go back to Israel. We are the people of the book. Yasha Allah, he is the prince of the power. You know, like look at how we look. Look at our beautiful skin. Just that brown golden skin that we have. Just the different shades of our brown and, you know, just the dark elements of our skin or the light elements of our skin. The ruddiness when it comes to the red bones, and you know, it's just something rich about us. Our hair. Like, you know how healthy that is when it comes to, you know, the quote unquote nappiness of your hair and what it can do, how many different styles you can put it in. You can do more with your quote unquote woolly hair or quote unquote nappy hair than you can do with straight hair. Just a fact. Just a fact. Woolly hair is natural hair. Nappy hair is natural hair. Embrace who you are. Even going back to the scriptures, I believe it's in Isaiah chapter 3 where it goes into the crisping pen. The crisping pen represents the hot comb. What nation of people use hot combs? Right? Samson, he had an afro. Solomon, he was black as hell. He said, I am black, but I am comely. Meaning I'm dark skinned, but I look good. Where the Jerusalem women at? Where the ladies at? That's what he said. Come on, man. Even ancient relics, icons. That's us, man. We're beautiful people. We should value who we are. And I understand because we live in this godless society, so it's kind of hard for us to conceive it. Because we're born into this matrix where it's easy for these YNs, the younger generation, to shun the Most High. But you got to understand that you're spiritual by nature. You just don't understand the Most High because you're taught all these different things about him when it comes to all these different false doctrines that's in the church system and just pop culture in general, and you know, TV and all these stuff that you're consumed by. It's important to humble yourself and understand who you are within that process of humbling yourself. Gain knowledge, wisdom, so on and so forth. Very, very important. Right, so just wanted to go into a few scriptures just to prove the point of, you know, what the woman was saying in regards to how special we are. We have to understand that us as so-called blacks, you know, our forefathers went off, and based off of our forefathers going off, you know, we pretty much have to pay. But based off of, you know, how the standard is, the Most High wakes us up and give us this understanding so that we could repent and hopefully, you know, be saved in these last days. It's like a wake-up call. For many are called, but few are chosen. So we hope to be chosen, meaning attaining the celestial body, inheriting the kingdom of heaven. That's what that chosen aspect is. We're already chosen in terms of us being, you know, his people. That's like the prerequisite, but the understanding also goes into how we must follow the laws and statutes and commandments. And that's what's important. And that's the whole duty of man. And we've gone over these scriptures plenty of times.